Hi, my name's Arena. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and clicking on my video once again. And if you're new here, thank you for joining me and welcome. And don't forget, if you enjoy my videos, please give me that thumbs up, share and subscribe so others can enjoy the content. Today's video, I really wanted to share something that I've been reflecting on in my own life and in my career. And I was kind of going back to the moments where I've had the greatest success and what was it that was happening within me for me to be having such a great experience, whether it's in my life, whether it's just, you know, making sales, getting leads, doing really well. What kind of things helped me get the really good results that I have been getting? So looking back, now obviously there's a combination of things, but I wanted to talk about one thing specifically, and it is staying true to ourselves. This sounds like quite a small and a bit of a airy-fairy thing, but I certainly have noticed about myself that if I try and be a little bit more like something I'm not, so for example, if I start to think, okay, I'm really busy, so I'm perhaps not gonna spend as much time with this customer, going into their concerns, and perhaps I'm going to be, I'm going to give them less time and I'm going to concentrate on this person because they're, I don't know, because they would be a more productive way of working, let's say. If I try and not, if I don't feel like I'm being myself, which is naturally someone that really wants to find solutions for people, naturally someone that really wants to help, and I want to give 110%, if I don't feel I'm being in my nature, I often start to feel myself compromising on myself, and then that makes me feel rubbish. And there's a fine balance between this, because you don't want to waste your time doing things that aren't productive and aren't, good, and the sort of things that you should be focusing on. But at the same time, you don't want to compromise on your passion and your desire and your effort to truly be of service to someone. And if you're naturally someone that wants to take more time with a customer and who wants to, go the extra mile and have longer hours and, go out of your way to truly try and create a solution for someone, that's something important that you should notice about yourself. I think one of the things that's really important in sales is, first of all, getting to know yourself and knowing who you are fundamentally. Like, what are your values? What type of a person are you? What's your nature? If you could be your most authentic self and nobody judged you, you didn't have anyone watching you, what would you do? Who would you be? Like, how freeing does that feel? Like, for me, for example, I'm quite a chatty person, I'm a very caring person, and I love to connect with people quite deeply, and I love face-to-face, and I love really going into detail, and I love interactions, and there are so many things that make me feel like, I almost like come out of my skin, and I become someone you probably love being around. It just injects something into the experience, into the appointment, into the presentation. Now, if I try and be someone that doesn't try and connect, if I try and be someone that's, not going to have a friendly conversation with you, I know that's not naturally me, and that's not who I am in terms of my personality. And I remember working for a company where they actually said to us one time, they're like, every person in this company is like a different flavor in a box of chocolates. And that always stuck with me, because it's so true. And the reason why I reflect on this is because I remember there have been times where I was trying to emulate someone else, because I thought, okay, they're very good at sales and this is how they do it, and this is like, they seem to manage their time a lot better and whatever. So there were skills that I could take from that person, yes. But what I would also try and do is almost like start to emulate their like actual behavior and the way they almost like communicated with people, and the way they were maybe a little bit shorter, maybe a bit more abrupt. And also they were male individuals who I was observing, and then I was kind of taking myself out of my feminine nature, let's say, and my kind and patient and bubbly nature, and then I would try and turn myself into that other person with a different nature. I hope this makes sense. It's important to learn skills. For example, if you talk too much, which is something that I can do, learn to be more precise with your language. Learn to not just like blab away. If you are, you know, I don't know, if you get lost in details instead of focusing on what's truly important to that customer and what their pain point is, then again, learn how to guide your own mind and learn how to engage with a person a little bit better. There's lots of little things we can improve on, but fundamentally what I wanted to encourage is that we don't change ourselves. Like, you are who you are for a reason. You are here and you are good at what you do for a reason. And I remember the reason why I say this as well, because I would recognize myself changing who I am, and then I would feel like wrong and I wouldn't feel as happy, and then I wouldn't do as well, strangely enough. So yes, improve on things that are skills and that you can learn and improve on, and that's great, but don't try and change who you are, because actually the chances are you are where you are and you have achieved things you've achieved already because of who you are. So, because I think often we forget about what's good about us, and I'm certainly someone that's very hard on myself, and I'm always like, how can I do better? What can I do? What can I do? But I'm very bad at recognizing, you know, I'm very good at these things. So trust in those things as well, and keep working and keep reminding myself of doing the things that are already working. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that helps somebody. And stay fabulous, because there is magic in who you are. Like, truly, people want to work with people at the end of the day. People vibe with people, and people can recognize if you're being genuine or if you're trying to make a quick sale. People can recognize if you're not truly invested in being there to help. I think these sales is not what it used to be, and truly you have to be yourself and you have to be genuine, because customers, they really can smell through all the BS. So my motto is, don't try and go at it with any BS. Don't try and be anything but yourself, and as long as you genuinely, in your heart of hearts, you are there to provide value to the customer, you're there to provide a solution and to be helpful, and it's a partnership rather than I want to just make money off you, then that's a very different, it's a very different way your customer sees you. It's a very different feeling for you as a salesperson, and it's also a very different experience in terms of like how rewarding it can be to you. So for me, being authentic and being genuine and keeping like the truth of who I am at the core of everything I do is really, really important. So I hope that's helped someone. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you once again for clicking. I look forward to seeing you all in my next one, and thank you for watching. Bye bye, guys. I begin to